This video is sponsored by Grammarly. Grammarly is a digital writing assistant that helps us at Back to Basics get through the inevitable life admin, day-to-day emails, and Zoom calls. Basically, anything that requires some typing. There's a free version to download that will suggest things to make your everyday writing more correct, clear, and concise. For those really wanting to step up their writing game, Grammarly Premium will go a step further and help polish your communication skills, with further support to refine and strengthen your writing, no matter your weapon of choice. Whether it be Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever these guys in the middle are for, Grammarly's writing assistant is right there to help your communication be more clear and effective wherever you type. So whether you're a chummer or a plumber, it sprinkles in an increased vocabulary, helps you keep things concise, and can even tell you how polite or formal you're being, which is handy when you've been out at sea for months and you've got to reply to someone like you're a professional. Save time on your work and emails with Grammarly. Go to grammarly.com/B2B adventures to sign up for a free account and get 20% off Grammarly Premium today to help save you time and to work more efficiently.
How's this for a halfway stop? Just pull the yaks up. Danger's hooked up to something out the front. As we're coming in, big schools of mullet, big schools of trevally, massive turtles everywhere. There was a big shark chasing something up in the shallows. And get a load of this is right where we've pulled the yaks up. Any guesses? Yeah. What's it done here, Rossi?
Come up for a morning, you know, pina colada, sunbake, hoo-ha. Going back into the water this morning this way, you can see where it's pushed up here.
Yep.
Pushed up against there and gone that way.
Yep.
It's taken a bit of a...
Had a leak?
A pee-woo.
Had a bit of a leak. What size do you reckon the croc is?
I don't think too big. I'd say like
9 foot.
Not huge.
9 foot croc. That's the first croc slide we've seen this trip. I'd say if we walked around this sand spit, there'd be quite a few more. Yeah, you can see one on the other point as well. No crocs though, but exciting. They're out there. Probably having a bit of a laze against the reef edge or up in those mangroves up the back. Wow, how specky is this though? We've just walked into the most epic impromptu casting sesh. It's just Queenfish after GT after trevally. Big sharks trying to buff them at the edge of the shoreline. Oh, there's another one behind it. Oh, look at him. Nah, big Queenies. Oh, it's a monster! Gunsy, hold him up, mate. That's a cracking fish.
What is it?
On the hand line, dead mullet, off the beach. Wow. That's dinner or what? Back in the water, mate.
Well done, mate. Oh, I could have thrown him a bit better. Bloody hell.
Hey! He's gone. So we're heading to the Lowland in that on the coast. Pick up the reef first. Roger that. Oh, that was such a hot session. Straight off the beach. Hey? Onward to the next adventure. Oh, rudder down. Rudder down. Oh, just every corner we seem to take is an adventure waiting to happen. Look, right now I'm going over schools of mullet. Oh, big turtle, about a couple of 100 meters on the starboard side. Just so full of life. I can see Strick and Fran have just pulled up to that same point that we were on before, casting a lure, so no doubt they'll get absolutely swamped. Oh, look behind the boat. You see that? Oh, there's big queenies behind the boat. Just following the tail. Oh, I hope you can see that. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so no doubt they're going to get absolutely smashed by a range of different fish species. But right now we're heading for I think maybe 13 Ks, 13 or 14 Ks, heading over towards the mainland, and we're camping by, supposedly there's a river there, mouth of a river, not too far from there, that yeah, we'll have a shot at seeing what life is like back on the mainland. Solid 2-hour paddle. Fortunately we had the wind up our kilt, but geez, it's howling. Looking forward to going back out into it, but we pulled up on this headland as a quick stopover to have a cast off these rocks, have a check around the beach, see what this headland's like before cruising around to the north a bit more and finding somewhere to call home for the night. The next 2 nights, actually. Around here, they're pig tracks. You come up from the back of the mangroves, back of that range, at night looking for ghost crabs, digging holes. This is all the way along the beach, you can see this.
Team debrief 59. Got it?
Ready to rock and roll.
That way. Can't be that ad.
How's this? Just skimming over 4 inches of water. Oh, it's shallow. Coming into the mouth of a river. What's that? Little shark. I've gone over a shovel-nosed shark, a couple of little black-tip reef sharks, and up here under these coconut palms, just above the mangroves. That's home for the next 2 nights. And that's just about me. There is a rapid incoming tide. It's coming in hot, flooding this bank here. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I go ripping the yak up the beach. We're just carting some gear up on the other side of these sand dunes here behind me. It's quite open, pretty desolate. However, we found a really good spot on the other side of these sand dunes. It's got coconut trees and casuarina trees, and there's a bit of a spot that's not just really fine sand to camp on. So did a bit of a scout, found a good spot to set up camp for the next night, maybe 2, see how we go. Got to remain optimistic. This is very remote, beautiful countryside though. I think the only thing missing up here is a couple of camels. It's literally like desert sand dunes all the way along. So this is what the camp looks like. Our yaks are just on the other side of these two coconut trees. Fortunately, one of them's loaded. There's a couple of other loaded ones on the other side. Look at these sand dunes. They're just rolling through the back here. But we found a little bit of a valley that's a little bit out of the wind. It's still pretty solid, but hopefully we're far enough, maybe 300 or 400 meters away from the mouth of the river, that we don't get as many sandflies and midgies come sunset. This is what we're thinking. This is where we're going to park up. We'll do a fire obviously out there on the sand away from this, because that will go up in absolute flames if it gets any embers. Really good to start a fire. Here's the gear here. Got the sleeping bag, filleting knife, bit of leader there, EPIRB. I got a tackle box in here. The most used item, the axe. I've got a drone in here. Gonna get the drone out for a couple of shots, a couple of clothes and books. What's in here? First aid, some filming gear, bit of tucker, tent, sleeping mattress, and something to boil the billy, and one bush lemon. So that's about the extent of it. The rest of the hunting gear is on the yak. I'm gonna wait for the tide to come in a bit more before ripping that up as high as I can.
What's up?